Hello, everybody. Welcome to the midweek show. It is another live show, yes, because I just wanted to get everyone's mood and how everyone was feeling about tomorrow's game against Aston Villa. We're going to be looking ahead towards that, then getting into the comment section and seeing what you guys are talking about and what's on your mind as well. Anything else you want to touch on? More Sancho rumours, stuff like that. Who are you going to put in the team tomorrow? Is it unchanged? And how confident are you? Cheers for everyone tuning in and everyone in the comments. We will come to it eventually and see what you guys are thinking ahead of tomorrow. But for me, you've just got to look at it in one way tomorrow. Everyone else above us is slipping up. And naturally, as United fans, and what we've seen over the last 6 years, you automatically start thinking, you know what, now that the opportunity is there, the top four door is it's opening, innit? It's just opening up, and we've sort of got the 1 foot in it. We're just testing the water. You know what I mean? It's like when you're on holiday and just the water's a little bit cold, just dabbing your foot in, just testing it. Just dive in. Just take the opportunity, go grab it, and just get into that top four and get us back into the Champions League. Hello, everyone in the comments saying hello. I will get to you in a minute, obviously, but I just wanted to get my piece out of the way first and just give you guys an idea where I'm at before we find out what you're up to and where you're at with it. But like I said, we're there now, aren't we? It is officially in our own hands because we win tomorrow night. Then we're 1 point behind Leicester, 2 behind Chelsea, and they have some big games coming up. I'm looking at Liverpool away for Chelsea. I'm looking at Wolves for Chelsea. And then I'm looking at us and Leicester on the last day of the season, which is why it's obviously in our own hands now, because we just have to win our games. It's 5 to go, 5 more games, and that is it. But you just got that little feeling, haven't you? I mentioned it a second ago, that tiny little feeling in the back of your head that's just saying, you know what, when the opportunity is there, and we've done this before, we've got that chance just to grab top four or the next level or whatever it is we're going for. It's always a top four, isn't it, recently? It's always a top four. When we've got a chance and everyone else is messing up, we just seem to follow suit. Well, there's no excuse for me this time. This is it. If you're going to bottle it now, when it's top four on the line, what are you going to do when we're fighting for the Champions League and the Championship? You know what I mean? And I mean the Premiership by that, not the Championship, the division below. You know what I mean? But, you know, we're talking about a lot of this team seeing us through and a lot of them being good enough. I've bigged them up enough, saying that we are good enough to go forward with a few more acquisitions and a little bit more of a winning mentality going forward. We definitely got what it takes. But let's be honest, if we're going to bottle it now, then what confidence does that give you going forward when it comes to real trophies? That's the issue. That it's not so much of an issue. It's more of a concern that it's there, innit? I'm still confident. I'm still as confident as I was when we had 9 games to go. And for me, it's going exactly how I said it went. I mean, you can cast your minds back to the video that we did. We was all here giving our verdicts on the results and everything like that. Well, so far, it's bang on. Cute. I think I had United dropping 2 to 4 points myself, and that was probably a push, the Tottenham game and the Leicester game. So what we need to do is obviously win the rest of these games, and well, that would give us 70 points, I think, wouldn't it? Which would be miraculous considering what we started on. I just feel like the other teams are going to drop more points, so I do feel like there's another draw in there somewhere. I don't think it'll be tomorrow night. I think it may be Leicester on the last day. But that all depends on what is riding on that game, because it could literally be a fight out. I mean, Wolves have just dropped off a little bit with that defeat at Arsenal, but Wolves away at Chelsea and us away at Leicester. It could be like a final day bonanza. There's only going to be 1 or 2 games that everyone's going to be watching on that last day. Everything else is done and dusted. The bottom looks done and dusted now. But saying that, tomorrow's game does add a little bit more in significance for Aston Villa because Watford won last night. And I think if Aston Villa lose tomorrow, I'm expecting them to lose tomorrow, but I think they've got Crystal Palace. I'm sure they've got one of the lowest teams up at weekend after us. So I don't think they'd be expecting to do much against us tomorrow. I mean, Yeah, I mean, Saeed said it the other night. They haven't conceded a lot of goals since lockdown came back. But for me, they're still the second worst defence in the league behind Norwich, and they do belong where they are now, which is second from bottom. So, you know what I mean? We should be doing what we did to Bournemouth to Aston Villa tomorrow, and that pretty much just puts us in pole position. We have got tough games coming up, and I mean tough games just because they're a lot more difficult than the crap that we've played so far. Because let's be honest, teams like Brighton, teams like Bournemouth, Villa, you know what I mean? Southampton compared to them is a different ballgame. Monday night could be a tricky game. I'm confident the fact that it's at Old Trafford, but I just think we play well at Old Trafford no matter what at the moment, and we're on a really good roll. But away game tomorrow, I know we just seem to get away games. I think that's what we've had 2 home games out of the 6 games we've played since we've been back. So, and it's a case of, for me, I just don't see Villa threatening us enough for me to be worried too much. It would have to be a complete and utter meltdown on United's part for Villa to get anything out of this game. I just think they just haven't. If we score the first goal, then the game is over pretty much, because Villa just do not score. You know what I mean? One of the best defenses in the league, United, this season. And for me, it's inexcusable if we don't take 3 points from Villa tomorrow. And I can feel the nervous energy coming out in fans at the moment, and everyone's sort of half worried about us messing it up. And that is simply because of what I said at the start. It's because everyone else is messing up. Do we follow suit? We are the form team. We was the best team in form before the lockdown, apart from Liverpool. I think we was a point behind them. And we are the best team in form after lockdown. We have got a good team. We have got a very, very good team. It's more than enough to take 3rd spot in the league. I'm listening to the radio today coming back from work, and they're talking and bigging up Frank Lampard, in his first season getting top 4 in Champions League. They ain't qualified yet. They have got some hard games. I don't know where that's come from. I don't even know how the conversation started, but I'm looking at us still taking Chelsea and Leicester down, because I don't see Chelsea beating Liverpool. Not with Chelsea's defence. Yeah, they'll give him a good game, but if Liverpool put out their strongest team, and Liverpool won't want to be beaten at home at Anfield. They've unbeaten in, I can't think how long it is they're at home. I'm looking at that game as a banker for us, and Liverpool beating Chelsea. Worst case scenario, it's a draw, and that's still enough for us, because our goal difference is superior now. The goals are flying, and we're on plus 23. I think we're only plus 8 goal difference behind Leicester. So if we do bang a few in tomorrow, then we're almost up with Leicester anyway in terms of goal difference. So we completely wiped it out. And for me, I don't see Chelsea beating Liverpool. And then on the last day of the season, they haven't got a great record against Wolves in terms of, apart from early on in the season when Wolves were having a real dip and Chelsea smashed them all over the place. But I think Wolves have took points at Stamford Bridge before. I don't think it's going to be any sort of fear factor for Wolves going in. But Wolves, with Arsenal and Tottenham on their tails now, need to solidify at least Europa League. So they're fighting for everything. I actually think that before the last game of the season, I think we will already be secured. I do. I think that United's position will be secured in the league. I think Leicester have still got to play Spurs, and Spurs are still fighting. You know, I mean, I'm looking at the games, and I'm looking at Southampton. Yeah, they're a good team for us, but Southampton safe, completely safe now. And then I'm looking at what's after that. It's West Ham in it. I mean, we've got the FA Cup and West Ham. We've got, who else have we got before? There's one more in between. No, that's it, innit? It's Villa, Southampton, West Ham, Palace. Palace is the one. Safe. Palace again. Safe all the way. And I just don't see us having any issues with the teams we've got. Some people will say, you've got a luckier draw. We haven't. We beat all the top teams above us, and they're the ones who are playing each other at the moment and taking points off each other. So for me, I just see it falling right into United's hands. And the only thing that's going to stop this happening now is a United meltdown, a mentality problem, which has been my biggest criticism of everyone at United over the last few years. It's Happened every single season. We've had a chance to get in there. And I just think that we get through tomorrow, we get through Southampton. I think it's done. I think the rest will fall into place for us. I really do. These are the toughest 2 games now. And I'm only saying Villa's tough because of what's happened in other games. We have got the chance now. It is officially in our own hands. We just win the games that we've got. We've got 5 games. We can beat all the teams that are in front of us. No issue at all. It's that now sinking in to these players and where are their heads at. The simple thing is to do for these, and this is my message to the United players now, and everyone can note it down, but the message to the United players is now, go locate your balls, wherever they may be, return them to your sack, pump your chest, pump that badge, get out on that pitch, realise who you are playing for, and just get the job done. Stop faffing around and worrying about silly things. Just get the job done. This is United. It is a minimum requirement. And we've got a team now where we can actually say, you know what, I expect us to comfortably finish in the top 4. So that is where I'm at with that. I don't see United at all dropping points now or slipping up unless that mentality creeps in and they start to have a little bit of a brain melt and realise that, you know what, this is it now. This is our chance. We've done all the hard work when the pressure wasn't off. Just go and play football. No issue. We've got a lot of points to catch up. Let's just go and play football. It's easy to play with that. But now the pressure, now it's in our hands. Now it's us who hold the key. And now we have to change in terms of our mindset. I'm thinking, right, okay, this is what we wear the red shirt for. This is the red shirt. This is Manchester United. This is what I have to start thinking like. I have to start thinking like a winner now. I'm looking to finish this season with 5 straight wins. I want to be winning that FA Cup, and then I want to be settling down and getting ready for the Europa League just to finish with a bang. That's what they should be thinking like, and that's what I'm sure Ollie is droning into them right now. And for me, it's only them now who can melt down. There's no pressure on the pitch because there's no one in the stadiums. I said this over and over again. There's no excuse anymore. It is just play to your ability. It's game over. We're in the Champions League. Simple as that. Just have the confidence to be as positive as you have been. Go out, put it to bed, and there's no issue at all. It's absolutely no issue. That's pretty much how I see it, people. I don't see the team changing at all. I don't think we should change the team. If he does change the team, then I'd be bewildered. Unless we've got an injury. I think someone mentioned in the comments there, I did notice a second ago that Lindelof may still be injured. Well, Bailly starts the game, doesn't he? It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? He's got his chance. Maybe he can shine again, like he did against Chelsea when he came in the league game away from home. This is his time now. You know, you've got to take your opportunities because for me, like I've said before, that team doesn't change unless someone falls out. And when the player comes in, it's simple. Take your opportunity, prove that you belong in that spot, and then you don't get brought back out again. Make it impossible, like everyone is in that team now. Greenwood, you know what? If he didn't play the way he played, Ali probably would have brought him back out for James, but he's made it virtually impossible for him to drop him. That's what I want to see. I want to see a United player coming in and going, I can't afford to lose this pot now. I've got to give everything I've got and more, because if I don't, I'm going straight back out the team again. That's what the old United used to be. When a player came in, it'd be a Sheringham or a Solskjaer. You know what I mean? It used to be a fight between Tevez, Rooney, Berbatov, Ronaldo, who played, you know, all these quality players in every single position. I mean, at one point, what was the midfield we were fighting with? It was like a Hargreaves and a Carrick. It was just frightening when we had these sort of teams in. But every single player who came in, it wasn't just a bit role like they were thinking that we was just going to come in and just do a job for a game. It's a player mentality now that is, it's that, innit? It's like I said, I come in, I want this role. I want you to be showing me why I'm here. That's what I'd be saying to as a manager to the players now. I'd be saying, look, end of the day, you want to play for this football team? You make me leave you in that team. Do what Greenwood did. know what I mean? Look at that front line. Would you drop any of that front line at the moment? Put the question out there now. Would you change that midfield? You know what I mean? People have got favourites. Remember people arguing against me and a few others about McTominay and Fred. I didn't rate Matic earlier on the season. But when he came in, he got his chance. McTominay came out injured. He came back in. And we've never looked back. That's what I want to see. Now McTominay has to do exactly the same. Otherwise, he doesn't play. It's as simple as that. Fred, he's coming off the bench, and I'm seeing something from him. I'm liking what I'm seeing. He's confident. He was buzzing. He was positive. So I just see that. That's the change in what I see now. I don't see players coming off the bench and going, you know what? I know I'm not going to be playing next week. This is just a job role. I want to see players fighting for their future and just committing everything that they've got to the team. And I don't see us failing. I really don't. I don't see us failing at all. It's just a case of, like I said, get through this Aston Villa game, and then we know then. We're right in it then, aren't we? We've not missed up the opportunity with Leicester losing. And I think that is the only hurdle we've got left now. We've done all the hard work in getting back into it. Let's not just slip up now. Let's not do what we did all season and all the other previous seasons. When we got close, we just failed. We just fell at the last hurdle again. Anyway, let's see what you guys have got going on. Let's see. I think you brought up something there that I did not agree with. I dropped Rashford. Why, mate? Why? You know what I mean? He's getting better and better every game at the moment. And you know what? I don't think there's anyone better on the left-hand side. No one's shown me that they can play better on the left-hand side out of this team since we've been back from lockdown, which was my point entirely. The only time you come out is when someone comes in for you and looks clearly better. Let's see what we got here. Score predictions for tomorrow. I'm going 2-0 tomorrow, mate. 2-0 United. I just think it's going to be one of them control games, 65-70% possession, comfortable game. I just see it as one of them. United complete control and no problem. Let me see what else we got here. Shaw hinders Rashford like how Dan James hinders Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I reckon there's a whole debate on this. I mean, it's a Luke Shaw debate again. You know what? I've never known a player like it, divide opinion like it. It is absolutely crazy. I mean, I don't mind. I thought he played all right recently, but I must be missing a lot of what a lot of other people are saying about Luke Shaw because I don't see it that way. I see him playing quite solidly. And I know Williams is there chomping at the bit on the sideline. And this is what I mean by players coming in now. You're looking at when James came out, Greenwood came in, like I said, nailed down a position, made it his own. I'm looking at Shaw, seeing the threat of Williams come in. It took Shaw to another level, I thought. Because Shaw was poor at the start of the season, I will give you that. But he has got better as it's gone on. And Williams, I think, has been the main cause of Shaw getting better this season because he knows he hasn't got that position down now. And I know for certain when Williams comes in, he is going to want to make that position his own. And I think just the mixture of youth coming in with the signings that Ollie has made has brought this mentality back. You've got the hunger of the younger players pushing the first team players who weren't playing great. Look at McTominay on Matic, Williams on Shaw. And now Greenwood has completely taken James out of the game. He's not even giving him a chance. That is massive for us. And that is what it used to be like. And now we can't even get Fred and McTominay into a starting lineup. Who'd have thought that 4 months ago? You know what I mean? You wouldn't have thought it, would you? Because I think, what was it? About 23 games in a row that Fred had started. As soon as we come back, it is what it is, isn't it? That is our best team, and it proved it. I said Pogba had to probably work his way back in. I thought he would have started against Spurs, but everyone's seen as soon as it started, as soon as he came on, it was a different ball game for us. And that now proves that Pogba is a level above and can't be dropped now unless he drops completely off in form again. What else have we got here? Let's see what you're saying, Jude, lad. if Bailly plays tomorrow, we are in trouble because he is still really rusty. I mean, he's got a better chance starting the game than rather coming on like a rabbit in the headlamps. I'd say that. I mean, when he starts the game, he's a little bit better. I mean, he was rusty at the start of Norwich. He looked rusty against Bournemouth. But let's be fair to him, he hasn't really had a good run of games to sort of build the confidence up. So, depending how bad Lindelof's injury is this the moment? Like I was saying, is he going to come in now and just go bang? This is my spot. Give Ole something to think about. Make it difficult for him to drop you. That's what I'm expecting now, because that's what I'm seeing in the rest all over the pitch. What else be seeing here? Let's see. Owen. I'm doing Owen, mate. Do you think Pogba will get a goal tomorrow? I think he's due a goal. And considering how well he's played lately, I can see him scoring tomorrow. 3-0 United, come on the Reds. Yeah, 3-0 seems to be a popular scoreline, simply because that's what we like to win a lot, especially against teams like this. I mean, for me, I said it before the Bournemouth game, actually. I said that Pogba and Rashford were due. I thought Rashford was unlucky not to get 2, because I thought his second goal was onside, considering what they give the Bruno Fernandes one with the free kick and Matic being offside. But, well, we're not getting into VAR. There's no time for that now. And it's a case of, yeah, I think Pogba, you know what, I just look at him now, just look at him enjoying his football. He's just sat back enjoying everyone else as well, isn't he? It's not like he's desperate to go out and prove a point to anyone. That's what I've seen a change in him. It's like the pressure's off him and he's just playing in second gear at the moment. Maybe he's saving himself for when we really need him in the late elections of this league. And when the Europa League starts, the finals, the FA Cup semi and the finals, big players come to the fore, don't he? And Pogba, he's a final player, isn't he? Likes a goal in the final, loves the big occasion. You know what? I think he's just saving himself for that. That's what I think. Let's see what else. Morby talk by the look of it. He was rusty against Chelsea, but he came good and bossed them. Yeah, that's what I mean. And then you'd hope he played another game just to build on that, but he didn't. And that's the problem, I think, with Bay. He needs games. Our issue has always been, can we trust him to stay fit? That's the problem. Let's see what else we got here. Is Martial the most effective player in our team? No, he's not. That's Bruno, obviously, for me. And the stats don't lie. He scored more goals than anyone else, more assists than anyone else. And player of the month, 3 months in a row for us? There's the most effective player. Don't get me wrong, Martial's doing exactly what I want him to do. Hardly anything all game. And then when I need him, steps up with absolute quality. And that's what I want to see from Martial. I don't care about the input in the game. You're a number 9. Play like a number 9. You know, you're not always going to see the ball. You're going to be crowded out. Drift out wide, come in from the left-hand side and bang one in top bins. That's what I want to see from you, and scoring when we really need you. And that's what he has been doing now. Let's see. Ben, what you saying, mate? I'm not at all worried about Leicester having a better goal difference than us, even if we beat them on the day by 2 goals, we're gaining 4 goals. Yeah, we just need to get in close to their goal difference, and then a win would do us, wouldn't it? That's all it is. Alien, cheers very much, mate. Nice, hungry team, ready to murder you. MUFC. Keen. Very keen. But yeah, I'm loving the enthusiasm, mate. Definitely. Let me see. Yeah, I think you've got a bit of a text predictor thing going on here. Should we consider St. Martin from Newcastle? Yeah, I think you were supposed to say St. Maximin, and then your text predictor, Keith, came out with Martin. Yes, you have got Martin in your phone book, and it's down as one of your saved names, mate. I think something like that anyway, along them lines. But yeah, I know what you mean. St. Maximin, I mean, if the new owners and the takeover takes shape and actually comes through for Newcastle, then they might have ambitions of their own, keep him. But you know what? He's a good player, but he's not done enough yet. He's not done it long-term enough for me. I said this the other day. Would you take Traore or St. Maximin? And think Traore walked it. I probably would take Traore over St. Maximin, but I know what you're saying. He has got qualities there. Oh, he's one been listening to Saeed. Declan Rice for under 30 million is better than Ndidi for 80 million. Yeah, you're never going to get Declan Rice for 30 million, no, are you? And he's another one who's splitting opinion. So, yeah, I don't see Rice coming in. I think he'll end up going back to Chelsea, to be honest. So I see it. Chelsea the ones with the money, and I think that London connection and being an ex-Chelsea player, what are they looking for there? Maybe a replacement for Kante. It could be ideal for Chelsea if he can fit in that team. That is. Let's see, Adam. What about Ben White from Leeds for centre back? We ain't ever getting a player from Leeds, mate. Not a cat and else chance, especially with him coming up as well. I don't think United will ever buy a player from Leeds again. I just don't see it happening at all. But you never know. Stranger things. But I'm off the Championship style players at the moment. I think we need to be looking bigger and stronger now. But that was an interesting one. Good point, that actually. What do you think about Graham Souness on Jack Grealish? Well, Graham Souness pretty much saying he's still not convinced by Jack Grealish. He gets fouled a lot, which means he's not releasing the ball in time, not looking for the pass quicker. And I do understand where he's coming from there, but at the end of the day, maybe he's not being able to release the ball because he hasn't got anyone thinking on the same wavelength as him in the game. He's taking 3 or 4 players out of the game to then release to another player because that's the only way Aston Villa can play. He has to do and sacrifice himself because there isn't anyone else good enough on his level in that team. So for me, I don't see it still. I still rate Grealish personally. I know he's split opinion and everyone, well, not everyone, there's a few people who don't like him, don't think he's good enough, but for me, he's a great squad player for us. And that's what he'll have to be if he wants to move up. Alien, cheers, mate. When we win the FA Cup, Scousers in the Community Shield. Oof, yeah, I'd take that one. Still no movement on fans getting back in the stadiums, though. It's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? Imagine the public transports and fans going to stadiums. I mean, you can control everything inside the ground, but public transport, people getting to the ground, getting out of the stadium, I don't know how they're going to do it. I just don't see it yet, unfortunately. But let me see. What else have we got here? When Martial scores a screamer, nobody talks about it. But if Salah and Aguero did it, everyone would talk about it for weeks. Score prediction 3-0 United. I don't mind that, mate. If you're not talking about it, I don't mind. But look at how many goals he scored this season. That's all I'm looking at now. 20 goals. 20 for Rashford. I mean, was it 15 for Greenwood? Oh, man. 55 goals between them. That's what I'm looking at. I don't care if anyone talks about it. If they don't talk about it, then they're just trying to ignore the inevitable. And that is that United's forwards are of the sort of calibre we used to have at the football club, and United are going in the right direction. So for me, no concern, no one talking about it at all. Just it's going to be one of them, innit? When you've got panels full of ex-Liverpool players, which Sky have, it's ridiculous how many there is. Then, you know what? There's always going to be that little bit inside them. Yeah, they're supposed to be sort of neutral when talking and doing the punditry, but they're always going to big it up, aren't they, on their own team? And you know what? I've not heard. When's the last time anyone had a song played on Sky and an advert building up like "You Never Walk Alone" on Sky adverts? It's like, get off the Liverpool page, man. Guys, it's like I'm not even going to get into it. You know how I feel about him, but yeah, Sky, love him. Simple as, you know what I mean? They can do no wrong. Obviously, it's Liverpool, isn't it? Never done anything wrong. Show, who would you drop from a starting 11? Would I drop from starting 11? No one at the moment. I said this the other day, and everyone came back at me. I don't change winning teams at all. I don't change teams that have scored 11 goals in the last 3 league games. You know what I mean? I don't change that. Sancho has to earn his way back in, like I just said. When we're winning, and we're winning the way we are, I'm not going to change that team, not for anyone. Not for anyone. If someone comes out and he comes in and is superior and more, fair enough. Fair enough. But I don't take anyone out of that United team right now. Not if we're winning. I know there's debates about the right-hand side. People are saying drop Rashford for Sancho. It's not going to work, people. He plays. This is what I go on about all the time. Sancho's best position is the right-hand side. Yeah, he fights for that right-hand side. You start shoehorning him into the left. Rashford's our best player on the left. It's as simple as that. People are finding excuses just to bin Rashford at the moment. Let's not forget the guy's got 20 goals this season, and he was the one who was playing the best out of all of us when we were on our asses early on in the season. People have got short memories. They really have with Rashford. He's coming back, and Rashford will do us proud by the end of the season, I guarantee it. And for people to sort of start writing him off now and saying, let's get Sancho in and replace Rashford with Sancho, I'm not having it at all. Rashford is our best player down the left-hand side. Martial is like our best number 9 at the moment. But I feel like Greenwood is pushing Martial more for the number 9 spot. And you know what? People will say, well, why is Martial not playing out on the left then? I think Martial's a better number 9 than he's on the left or the right. I just feel like he's at a stage now where he has to start fighting and playing well to hold his position. I don't want to be seeing these players swapped around now. We've found positions for them. They need to fight and knuckle down to them positions. And for me, Sancho doesn't come into that team yet. Yeah, a player may drop off in form, and in you come, son. This is what United are all about. This is what United are all about. Let's look at it this season. The most goals and assists this season for United player Rashford. Yeah, he's had 2 months out. Let's not forget that as well. Yeah, because Ollie forced him to go in. Nearly broke his back playing for United because he put everything into it. And people just want to bin him now because he's the one who doesn't look like he's as sharp yet. Come on. I'm not having it at all. Rashford definitely down the left. I do think that Greenwood's going to push Martial, though. That's what I think. I think Greenwood is a number 9 and an out-and-out number 9. He plays both-footed, and that's scary. I do see the benefit in playing him out on the right-hand side because you don't know what he's going to do. So for me, I just think right now we've got a comfortable situation. We've got a comfortable setup going on, and it's working. You can't argue it's working. And yeah, we do need cover. But this is what we've been moaning about. It's just a case of we lose one of our top players now and we ain't got anyone else good enough to come in. That's when we worry. You know what I mean? I want Rashford to be fighting alongside someone else on the left-hand side. I want Greenwood and Ighalo and everyone else fighting for that number 9 spot with Martial. I want Sancho to come in and play on the right-hand side where I know he is absolutely phenomenal. And I know he's more comfortable on that side. I don't want to be chopping and changing everything all the time just to fit a player in. Everything is in position where it needs to be now. The jigsaw puzzle is set. We've got the holding midfielder in Matic, where he's playing, the only one in the club who can play that position. Yeah, Rashford is our best player on the left-hand side by far. We can go back as far as what he did to Trent against Liverpool at Old Trafford from the left. You know what I mean? It's been there for a long time. So I do feel like that is where we're going. And if you want to get in that team, you're going to have to earn it. Simple as that. Simple as that. Cheers, Jack, mate. Do you think Villa are already mentally beaten? I think their game is the Palace one, mate, which is after us. I'm sure it's Palace. Someone correct me on that. But the one after us is where their whole survival comes on. I mean, I've heard them talking on the radio this week as well, saying that it's a bonus if we get anything. If we get a point out United, it's a bonus. So they're not expecting anything tomorrow. Yeah, they'll put up a fight. They always will. But as soon as one goal goes in, I do think that's them collapsed and done. And you know what? Maybe they are. Maybe they are mentally beat already. Because I think they'll be thinking about the game after. Interesting as well, because we've got Palace coming up, and that's Kale out for the rest of the season with an hamstring. You know what? They do look quite tasty going forward, and they've already beat us this season. But that's another team we've got to play as well. But I think they'll be done and dusted by the time we play them. So, yeah, it's getting very, very interesting in terms of that bottom relegation fight. And we've had a massive say on it, haven't we? I mean, we've played everyone, haven't we, since we've been back? Except Norwich being in the FA Cup, but we played the whole bottom 3 after tomorrow night, and hopefully tomorrow night goes exactly the same way as the other 2 games went, except less nervous than the Norwich game. Yeah, that shows you when you put players in who don't and haven't earned the right to play for that United shirt, that shows you exactly what happens. And that's the United of old early on in the season. What happened at Norwich. That's exactly what we was. And you know what? I wasn't surprised when it happened. You bring in a player like Igalo, who has earned a shot and has never let us down. There's your outcome. That's it right there. So now I expect to see the likes of McTominay, Fred, and James trying to move to their next levels just to get back into this team, because you ain't going to get back in there lightly now. Bailly may have a chance now with Lindelof out. Maybe that will be something different, something else to worry about maybe. But anyway, we will see tomorrow. Mike Lilly, how you doing, Mike? Mate, what would you take? Oh, sorry, mate. Would you take a Sancho for 120 million or a Grealish, Van der Beek, and Ake for the same money? Hindsight, mate. It's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Yeah. Would you get all three of them for that money? Ake, we know 20 million, I think it is, if they go down. Not a bad player, Ake. Would he be the one to partner alongside? Oh, he's a perfect Holly signing, isn't he? You know what I mean? Perfect Holly signing. Van der Beek would be good. I wouldn't change him for anyone in our team. No, he'd be a squad player again. And was it Grealish again? Squad player. Not going to get in ahead of Pogba or Bruno, is he? Maybe he comes in on the right hand side at times when it's not working for someone. Are these games when you play a Norwich or Europa League game, you want to maybe rest a Pogba or rest a Bruno? Then Grealish is going to get 20, 30 starts a season, I would have thought, in a normal season. Is he going to be okay with that? Can Van der Beek do that as well? It's interesting. I'm looking at the positions where I know right now that a player could come in and grasp that position, someone better than what we've got. And that's probably, with everything that's gone on recently, the only position is probably what? Centre half, I would say. It's the only one up for debate. You could say centre half and goalkeeper. Some people will say left back with Shaw, but I'm not going out buying a left back when I've got Brandon Williams waiting in the wings. I know Shaw would probably come good. I was looking at Matic has just signed his new deal. You know what I mean? There's no one I want to drop out of that team right now. No one. I think everyone's earned their place in that team, and I wouldn't drop him for anyone right now. I don't think there's anyone in the world you would bring in. You could argue a Sancho coming in. You would put straight into that team right now. The midfield you cannot touch. You ain't going anywhere near that midfield, are you? The front three, you're not dropping Martial. I'm not dropping Rashford. Some would. I'm not. I know and I can see his assists and everything else he's doing, and he is getting sharper, and he will come good for us. And he's earned his spot there as well after what he did early in the season for us. So I'm not dropping him. I'm not dropping Greenwood right now. Not on 15 goals. Definitely not. So yeah, who comes in? It's a massive question. Squad depth. That's what we're buying, I think, this summer. Sancho, yeah, different kettle of fish. I think eventually he will find a spot in that team. No problem at all. But until one of the others starts to really drop off or get injured, then that doesn't happen for me still. Simple as. Adam, would you rather sign Ndidi or Van der Beek? I like Ndidi. I really do like him. Van der Beek, you know what? I don't know. I rate Van der Beek. I really do. I like him a lot, but I would probably take Ndidi because I just know he's... I'm not saying that there's a Dutch frailty in terms of coming to the Premier League. Some hit it off, some completely fail. But indeed, he's ready, isn't he? He's ready, set. And I think he's another one of them players who Ollie could take under his wing and go, yeah, I can control this player. I can build him up. Because that's what he's doing with the players he's bringing in. Players he knows he can get respect from. Even Matic has come out and said he earned all his respect in what he did. So he is turning the attitudes of the players a lot because, you know what? He's got a lot of work to do when the season's over. the loan players that are coming back, the players we obviously know that need to leave. I know Mata has been linked with Turkey again this week. Lingard, I'm hoping, has played his last game for United. I can't see him staying into next season because he just doesn't get on the bench. He don't get on the bench, never mind getting into the first team. So I think his days are numbered. Another good sign. Mata needs to go. I love the guy. He's a great guy, but on the pitch, his days are completely numbered. What else have we got? I'd love to see Adama Traore at United. Imagine him, Dan James as subs running defenders. Another player would have to accept a place on the bench, wouldn't he? As scary as that is. Who'd have thought I'd been saying that about 4 months ago when we was in the depths of despair? Oh man, Mike says Flex and Adam show. I have got. We are looking at doing something new actually on the United stand as well. So hopefully we'll have some news on that soon. We're just trying to put something together, something new. Big things are changing on that channel as well. It's all good as always, but yeah, things do move on, don't they? And hopefully we can progress and do some more work. Trying to get hold of Ricky. Ricky's disappeared this week as well, so I don't know where he is. Let me see. Sorry, it's steroids, yeah. So this is the thing. I was talking about this the other day. Koulibaly, Grealish, Sancho. Yeah, I could see him in good moves, but I wouldn't spend that amount of money on Koulibaly. You know what? Said's massive on him. We talked about it the other day, but again, the stats are great for Italy for defenders, aren't they? Because the whole game is based around defending, and you know what? We've got Chris Smalling there as well, who's probably got similar stats to Koulibaly. And, you know, would you put Smalling in at the back? I mean, I'm not looking to go big on centre-backs this summer. I think midfield and right wing are where United need to be, right forward or where we need to be spending our money. It's as simple as that. What else are we looking at here? There you go. Owens nailed it, hasn't he? If you could sign 3 players, who would they be? 3 players? Who would I bring in? If I could sign 3 players, I would go with a checkbook where I know I could get the players. I would get Sancho, obviously. I would then go and get Ndidi or a Partey style player. Ndidi preferably for me. And then someone like De Ligt from Juve, because there's your ultimate defensive partnership in De Ligt and Maguire for me. There is serious potential in that one, but that's not going to happen. We're living in a real world. Maybe we get an Ake. Maybe we scrape the Sancho deal over the line. I can only see maybe 2. But if teams are going down and we're looking at players like Ake and Grealish, then maybe the door opens even more for more signings. You never know. What's this? What's the agenda against Lindelof? He's always blamed for Maguire's mistakes. He's underrated, in my opinion. He's not underrated. He's just doing a job. He's not blamed for Maguire's mistakes. I don't blame him for Maguire's mistakes. I think Maguire does more. And that's proven. Pretty much they have been our stonewall defensive partnership this season. And Maguire smashes him through all the stats. He has more passes, more interceptions, more tackles. He's got over 400 headed duels more. I just feel like the leader is Maguire. And you could maybe match up performances of Lindelof and Maguire quite level over the last couple of months even. But I'm looking at the game against Everton when Maguire stood tall and was a leader. I'm looking at them stats alone. Ricky came up and said they're pointless stats. Well, they're not pointless, are they? You're looking at a guy who's taking responsibility, who is commanding that back line. If you've got more of the ball, you're demanding the ball. If you're making more passes than anyone else, then you're the one who gets it and who the keeper throws it to. And if you're winning and getting more interceptions than anything, you're reading the game a lot better. Yeah, does that give you more opportunities to make mistakes because you see more of the ball? Yes, it does. But it's taking command of it. I got no issue with Lindelof. I think he's a decent defender, but he doesn't get in ahead of Maguire for me. No agenda against Lindelof. He can get better and better, but if there was one position I know where United would probably look at and go, we are struggling, and I'm not taking Maguire out of this either. Maguire has dropped a couple of clangers as well, as everyone else. Collectively, would that be a better defence with Lindelof on one other or Maguire on one other? I go Maguire on one other. I think that's where we're stronger. We've got a leader, that's our captain, and he's led by example. He's made mistakes. Yep, understand it. I gave him a 4 for the Bournemouth game. It's realistic. I actually give Lindelof a better rating and he only played half a game. So says it all. I've got no agenda against Lindelof. It's just some people just don't see it or look at it the way I do. I'd take it game by game. If a player plays bad, because I like that player, it doesn't mean I'm going to find an excuse to say why he played bad, blame someone else, why something else could have gone wrong. And you all know a few other people do that, but that's how they look at it. I don't. I am more realistic I feel I'm more realistic in the way I look at it. And that's just the way I see every single game. Credit where it's due and take each game as it comes. It's as simple as that. You've got to look at it game by game. Overall, I've seen more improvement in Maguire this season than Lindelof. I think Lindelof has stayed the same, which is reasonably solid. But I've seen better. I've seen Maguire get better and better. I've seen other players get better and better. And you know what? You've got to give Ollie some credit for that because he's the one who's seen us through this tricky stage. Right, before we finish off, let's get a few more. Let's see, Ben. I think after lockdown, you, Mark, Ricky Said should do your Sunday night show in the United Stand studio. Would be class. Yeah, mate. You know what? There's a big obstacle in the way of that, Ben, mate. And that's if United get top 4 or not. Because you know what happens? We don't get top 4. Thursday, Sunday football, and we're always at the games. So, you know, it's difficult. It's difficult to do it. Saying that, though, we're nowhere near going back to the football matches yet anyway, are we? So, you never know. Plus, studios, what, down the Midlands? I'm in Manchester. Ricky's in Manchester. Saeed's in Manchester. It's going to be very, very difficult. So, yeah. Anyway, people, let's just finish the show with some score predictions on tomorrow. See how confident you all are. I said I've gone 2-0 for me. 2-0 definitely for tomorrow. Just see it being a comfortable, solid performance. I would take that. Anything more? Lovely job there, but I think comfortable 2-0. Do we think we need a sporting director, Adam? Yes, I do. I don't think we'll get one, no. 3-1 United, 5-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, 3-0, 4-1. Wow. I'm liking it. 3-0, 3-0, 4-1. Yes. Rowan, how are you doing, mate? I do much. Love from South Africa. Cheers for all the content. Cheers, Mike, mate. I appreciate all the support from everyone as always. Hey, guys, we keep going smashed over 9-0, James. Love it. Villa score first, unfortunately. No, they don't. 21-0. Yeah, James, shut up. Yeah, I was just quickly touching on it then. But, guys, we've smashed well over the 9,000 subscriber mark now. So, big up to everyone for tuning in and staying with us, especially through lockdown. We're going strength to strength. I think we're creeping up to around about 9,400 or something like that now. So 10,000 is right just on the horizon. We're nearly there. So I'm hoping by the end of the season we can smash that 10,000 mark and then we can take the channel on and try and push it further and further. So, yeah, I just want to say a big shout out to all you guys for tuning in, staying tuned in. It's been tough over lockdown, I know, but we're there, aren't we? Football's back, and the show is profiting again from it. I'm getting more of you involved, which is what I always want to do. The more people to get involved, the better. Anyway, we've had a good chat tonight, as always, and you're not going to see any less of me because tomorrow is obviously Fans View. We've got fan cams on United Stands. The player rating show will be on as well. If you're up that late, it's a late one. These late night kickoffs are killing us. And what else have we got after that? Sunday show then comes up at weekend. And then straight after the Sunday show, it's Monday night football, Southampton. And all the same stuff starts again. I think I'm going to have to do my own live show on Sunday before the United Stand show as a preview, looking ahead to the Southampton game on the Monday night. Crazy. Everyone, thank you very much. Don't forget to hit that like and share button. Obviously, subscribe if you are watching for the first time. Like I said, we are creeping up. We're nearly there to the 10,000 mark. It's getting closer and closer, and that's all down to you guys. So cheers for watching. Cheers for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow night. Come on, the Reds. We can do it. Another win. It's 4 in a row in the Premier League. Wow, 4 in a row. Anyway, people, take it easy, stay safe, and I will see you tomorrow night. Stay tuned.